go and let's start it. You cannot break down what can't be broken. Out of all the rain clouds I was chosen. When all of the lights they get low and all of the curtains they close, you cannot break down what can't be broken. Hey, 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 what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab, and tonight I'm going to get right into it. This R. Kelly shit is off the chain, y'all, and man, I am going to step out here and be the bad guy, the asshole, whatever you want to call it. I guess I'm about to be that guy because I've been talking with people on social media. I've been talking with people that I know, and some people think I'm crazy and some people think I'm not. So I said, well, you know what? Let me lay it all out here. So that's what I want to do to own tonight. So thanks you for everybody who has joined me. Hey, my man DJ Just J gets that salute. First one in the room, my boy. What's happening? I want to give a shout out to, oh yeah, my baby, y'all still up. Okay, I want to give a shout out to my lovely wife and my beautiful daughter who should be asleep. I hope she sleep, because if she not, she ain't a morning person. And she gonna get up and she gonna be like, I don't want to go to school. Oh, you go to school. That's your job. That's exactly what you tell them. Hey, get up. You can't party all night and don't want to get up and go to work in the morning. Hi, princess. She is up. Daddy loves you so very much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. My beautiful princess. Take your little butt to bed, girl. I love you, though. My beautiful baby girl. Daddy loves you so very much. Good night, sweetheart. Alright, back to the show. Had to stop and give my baby her just due. Yeah, buddy. Alright, but getting to this. So, R. Kelly, first and foremost, he is, I'm going to say this first and foremost, he is a statutory rapist. Plain and simple. Let's get that out there. That's on the table. Lay the cards down, all trust, just like Jay-Z said. However, the other participants in this whole debacle, in this whole ring, if you will, there's some accountability that needs to be brought up. There's some things that need to be mentioned on the parent side, on the worker side, and everybody else. So those are some of the things that I want to talk about. And then there's some lies that's being told that I want to talk about as well. So that's where I'm at with it. So one of the first things that I want to get out there, R. Kelly is a statutory rapist. It is. That's just what it is. He slept with an underage girl. No, he ain't a pedophile, because a pedophile like Tommy Soto, shout out to my boy Tommy Sotomayor, who always says the definition of a pedophile is having sex with a child who is pre-pubescent. That means they ain't hit puberty, ain't started puberty yet. So you're talking about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old kids. He ain't doing that. Alright? So he's not a pedophile, but he is a statutory rapist. Let's get that out there. However, moving on and past that initial part that we know to be true, it's been a known fact since the 90s. Alright? This ain't nothing that just came out. This didn't just come out since the tape. That tape didn't do nothing but confirm what the rumors were and what some people had actual visual evidence to be true. That's what the sex tape did back in, 2002? So that's what that did. But before that, there were always rumors. There were always girls, onesie, twosies here that we saw or knew Kales was with. It is what it is. The whole thing about the camp and the people that were around him, you can't pull all this off for this many years. And we talking 30 years of this. You can't pull that off without having help. So the people that worked for him, the people that danced for him, the people that's on stage with him, the people that played in the band with him, they were all complicit in it because they was there. So we need to be stringing them up too, people. All right? Let's keep it moving, because I mentioned that in the other video. The parent. So you got the people that recruited him, and you got your parents next. The parents, they allowed their children to be with R. Kelly. And the ones that he promised stardom, promise hit albums, hit records, I'm going to make your baby girl a star. All of that. Those parents that brought that line, hook, line, and sinker, you failed your children. Plain and simple. Admit it. You need to be accountable for it. You need to stand up and accept the fact I sold my kids' safety down the river for money, power, and fame. I wanted my baby girl to hit the top of the charts, and because I wanted it so bad and so much, I allowed a grown-ass man to literally be around, in charge, and in control of my kid. Facts. To the ones whose teenage daughters ran off to be with R. Kelly and to be his sex slave and all that good stuff. Those kids, you allowed them to be around him. Plain and simple. And one of the things that I've been telling everybody that I've been talking to, this whole thing of, well, these kids was innocent and these kids, they didn't know no better, and these parents, they didn't know what to do, and it was all, it was all just him and his, his evilness and him doing this, he's a demon and all of this stuff that he did to these kids, he shouldn't have did it. I didn't understand why people just could not, and I guess that's because I'm a father, I'm a man, alpha male, nigga from the street, whatever you want to call it, my gangster that's in me, all of that. Whatever you want to call it, say what it is that's in me. There's no way that R. Kelly could have done this to my daughter, to my niece, or to one of my partners, my broskies, kids. And R. Kelly would not have wound up dead. And the people around him would have been dead. I'm saying it. I'm putting it out there. All that, why he ain't dead yet? All that nonsense, you can keep all that. Miss me with that. Had it been one of mine, or had it been one of my broskies' kids, Kels, his bodyguards, his assistants, his dancers, his band members, they would have got off of a tour bus somewhere in this country and they would have been greeted with a barrage of bullets and ammunition until my daughter showed up safe. Plain and simple. I would have given them an ultimatum. Hey, look, Kels, or security guard to Kels, or assistant to Kels, or whoever you work for Kels, you didn't see them or you know them. I'd have went to the studio and banged on the window and said, hey, look, you got 48 hours to produce my daughter. You find R. Kelly, you send him the message, you can show him this videotape, because they got videotape at Chicago Tracks and at the other studio, what was that, 1010 something or whatever. They got video cameras there, and I'd be looking at the camera or talking to whoever was at the door and say, you got 48 hours to produce my baby. I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to hear her call me talking about she okay. You better have her standing on this corner or in front of this building in 48 hours. If you think I'm playing, if you think I ain't going to do nothing, that's fine. However, the next time you see me after this 48 hours, you going to be seeing me and a bunch of guns and a bunch of bullets coming at you, and ain't going to be no time for talking. The time for talking and negotiation is now. And it's actually not a negotiation, it's an ultimatum. Produce my daughter in 48 hours or don't never show your face again in public. If you're getting off a tour bus, you're getting ready to go to a show, you're getting ready to do an interview, you're going to the radio station, I'll catch you at WGCI. Whatever it is, I'm going to catch you, and it's going to be gunplay. There is no talking. Ain't no, hold on, man, let's talk about this. Man, your girl chose me. Your daughter chose me. I don't want to hear none of that. My daughter is under the age of 18. She don't decide. I do. I ain't trying to beg you. I ain't trying to talk and say, hey, Mr. Kelly, I know you're trying to help. I don't want to hear it. Produce my daughter in 48 hours. Safely. Right here in this spot. I ain't talking about, you don't call me and tell me she at the airport. Don't call and tell me she at the McDonald's on the low end. Don't call and tell me she over in Inglewood. I don't want to hear it. Where I'm standing right now, you better have her standing here in 48 hours. Because if you don't, the next time you see me, people are going to die around you until I get to you. So all your little assistants that got their little clipboards taking the notes, the ones that's driving and picking up everybody, they gone. I don't care about none of them. They not innocent. They going down after this 48-hour time mark. And I'd have hit my watch. Boop. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Man, you don't know who you talking to. I don't want to hear none of that. I'm just telling you what I'm telling you. So when they go back and do my documentary, you going to hear my manifesto. on video outside, or the people gonna say, yeah, I remember when the black dude came up, he told them they got 48 hours, and after 48 hours, next thing I know, that dude showed up, and he had that rifle, and he was just a shooting, and he didn't care. He was just laying everybody down. It was one of the most terrible things I ever seen. That's what would have happened. Plain and simple. And my boys, my broskies that I've talked to about this, we've all concurred and agreed. That's what we would do. And oddly enough, I saw a video where somebody else said the same exact thing. And surprising to me, I was like, huh, maybe I am kind of on to something. I'm kind of right. The fact that, hey, the video I put up before this whole documentary came out, if you go back and look, you'll see that I was right then. And what I was telling my brothers and what I was telling my friends about what I would do if I was a parent, hey, that's exactly what it is. But I want to show y'all this so y'all can see this video to see somebody else who agreed with me. So check this out. Let me read this first. FBI warned the federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe on copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Cool. So basically that means this is all fair use. So let me show you this. Let's take this guy down. And then we'll put this guy up. Sweet. Sweet. And we'll turn that off. There we go. Boom. So check this out.
Nobody gonna put it with my kids. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you shouldn't even been on TV in there. If you're a parent, you shouldn't be on there unless you're on CNN from a jail cell. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So I don't know if R. Kelly did it or not. That ain't my business. I ain't judging. But I'm just saying those parents shouldn't have let that go that far. And they shouldn't have been knocking on no windows, throwing no rocks if they know somebody in there with their kid. You know, and now that you got your kid and your kid come out and they won't go back, that's on them. At least I tried as a parent. But if my kid in there, it's going to be all out walk. Everybody coming outside, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't respect that part. That's the part I don't respect. Because if you got love for your kids, you going to walk behind your kids. You ain't doing no reality shit. You know, so that's straight up. I don't get that. I don't know if the man did it or not. They already know if somebody been saying all them allegations about him, for one, my kid not even going up in there.
Boom. So, and I'm gonna address that ZYZ. So 48 hours is because the reason why I'm giving a grace period is because my daughter wasn't snatched. She went with him willfully. My 16, 17-year-old daughter, 15-year-old daughter, she drove, she jumped out her bedroom window at night, she hopped an Uber, took a cab, she had her friend drive. She went willingly with him. And that's her bad. That's her mistake, right? The fact that is her mistake, she's still under my supervision and my custodial care. So that's why, because she chose, just like those girls chose R. Kelly. R. Kelly, and I've been saying this too, R. Kelly wasn't riding around in no old dirty ass conversion van, jumping out and snatching girls who were standing on the corner waiting for the school bus in the morning, putting the chloroform on their face and dragging them into this van and then keeping them locked up in the basement. He wasn't doing that. Oh, like the dead giveaway girls. Y'all remember that? Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Those girls was locked away. These girls wasn't on that. They wanted to be with R. Kelly. They chose R. Kelly. They texted and called and was on the phone. They was doing all that bullshit that they do. And I'm going to that can lead me on into my next point. So when you're talking about these girls and you're talking about, yes, these girls are underage. Yes, these girls should not have been with R. Kelly. The fact of the matter is, this has been something that has been going on in our neighborhoods and in Hollywood for decades, for ages. There's always been underage girls going around sleeping with, hanging with, riding with, talking with, walking with older dudes. Period. So this ain't something to where there's this, this rare thing that R. Kelly's just been this predatory beast in our community and has been plaguing our society by just preying on these young girls. It ain't been like that. There's always been a thing to where young girls, and there are some older women who watching this video right now who know, and I remember even somebody posting on social media like, y'all look at y'all first kid that y'all had and y'all trace them years back. Half of y'all was with a dude that shouldn't have been with y'all in the first damn place. Most of these girls that are 16, 15, 16, 17 years old that's having these kids with these dudes are having them with dudes that are not their age. Fact. So if you 17 or you 16 or you 15 or you 13, whether you pregnant or not, you fucking a dude that's 20, that's 18, that's 19, that's 25, that's 28, 32, it's the same shit that R. Kelly was doing. And ain't nobody in the hood calling that shit out. Because the ones who's calling R. Kelly out, who talking about R. Kelly, it was your uncles, it was your brothers, it was your daddy, or it was your ass that was doing the same exact shit. Young girls historically have always gone after older dudes. And if they was dating somebody that was their own age, that small percentage, most of them was the dudes who were the jocks of the school, who was the most popular kid of the school, who was the richest kid in the school, who had all of the flashy shit. Plain and simple. I know that for a fact. I have witnessed that. It's just what it is. So you can't take that dynamic from back then and the dynamic that your ass even grew up in and not acknowledge it now. So, again, did he break the law? Absolutely. Should he have been sleeping with them girls? Nope. But it's been happening for years. It's been going on all this time. So don't make it seem like this dude is the one rare find and we don't know how it happened, but now we need to go ahead and tear his ass down. That's a bunch of bullshit. So that's my biggest thing in this is that we acting like this shit don't go on, and the people that we know that did it, and those of us that have done it, ain't nobody saying nothing about them. Ain't nobody calling the police. Ain't nobody blasting their ass on Facebook. Ain't nobody saying, yeah, my next door neighbor is 28 and he slept with a girl or is sleeping with a girl who's 16. Ain't nobody saying that. So it is what it is. Plain and simple. So the fact that, and even when you take it to the Hollywood perspective, those people that's in Hollywood, those people in Hollywood have been sleeping with, laying with young girls and young boys for years, for decades, for eons, whatever you want to call it. Back in the day, back in the 90s, and today, they still doing it. Because when and even to flip the script, what about the older women that's sleeping with the younger boys? That's 16. How many dudes that's under the age of 18 or 17 or under the age of consent that slept with somebody who was an adult? How many dudes can say that? Now, the fact that these dudes ain't telling, the fact that these dudes who was proud of it, whatever the case may be, it's still against the law. It's illegal. So how many dudes were doing that or that happen to? Because I'm sure out of the ones that did it, there was a percentage of those who didn't want that. Who got manipulated. Who got, hey, you want these Jordans? I want some of that 16-year-old dick. Plain and simple. You take care of me, I take care of you. And there it is. Just like R. Kelly's older brother said, that's his preference, which is some bullshit. You can't have a preference that's illegal. I mean, you can have a preference, but your preference is illegal. His preference was older women. Rob's preference was younger women. Younger girls. Whatever you want to call it. It's against the law. Plain and simple. So whether if it's a man doing it to a woman or whether it's a woman doing it to a man. And just like Tommy did a video today talking about Chief Keef mama. Chief Keef got a baby mama that he got pregnant at 16. Ain't nobody said shit to her. Ain't no police knocked on her door. But he steady paying child support. How you get to have sex with an underage, how you get to have statutory rape and get whatchamacallit? What's the hell you call the shit? Child support. How do you do that? And ain't no law. And we talking about now, if you got child support, If there's a child support court order in place, then that means that family court has gotten involved at some point. So they knew. And they just kept on moving. We're going to keep on moving all through the night. We're going to keep on doing it right. We're going to keep on moving. We're going to keep on moving. Going to keep on moving. That's what they did. So you talking about a government agency that knew what that dynamic was. Nobody said nothing. Nobody brought up no charges. Nobody pressed no charges. Nobody released it on the internet. Nobody released it in the news. Not a story about it. It is what it is though, right? It's okay when it's a woman doing it to a young boy. But when it's a young girl and an older man, oh, it's Me Too. Oh, it's, hey, we got to stop this. Oh, it's they're victims. Oh, it's they're being sex trafficked. It's human trafficking now. It is what it is. You talk about Woody Allen. Woody Allen went over to Vietnam, got an 18-year-old girl who had a baby. She had a kid. Brought them over here, married her, and then once the kid became of age, he actually divorced his girl that he brought over here and married the kid. Where they do that at? How does that happen? How does nobody not say, why ain't this dude in jail? Because she even came back and admitted, yeah, they was having sex before she became legal. Because the divorce was like that. He got divorced from her and married to that girl like that. And nobody said anything about it. Nobody investigated. Nothing. It is what it is though, right? But now we got this dynamic that's been in our neighborhood and been in our community for all this time. And now everybody's trying to make it seem like this is just the worst thing and we're finally going to get justice because nobody cares about little black girls. That's a bunch of bullshit. The fact of the matter is the people that are supposed to care about little black girls don't. That's the problem. The mothers, the fathers that ain't in the home, the mothers that ain't shit parents, that's what the problem is. Because if they gave a fuck, it wouldn't be a thing of us needing the media to care. It wouldn't be a thing of needing to have law enforcement to care. It wouldn't be a problem of us calling it out to have a documentary about it to see who cares. Because just like Master P said, it wouldn't have been no need for me to be on TV. It wouldn't have been no need for me to do a reality show. I ain't got to do none of that. Because it's my kid. And I care about mine first. It's my kid. It's my daughter. So yeah, I don't need nobody in this world to care about my little black girl. I don't need nobody to care about her. I care more than enough about her. Mess with mine and see what I do. Watch my feet. Mess with mine and watch my feet. That's the mentality and the attitude that real men have. Not just about their daughters, but about their sons and about their wives and about their families and about their property, about their neighborhood. That's how real men function. But when you don't have those people in place, when you don't pick a good child to be, you don't pick a good man to be your child's father, you lose that. When you pick a man that hasn't been a father, that doesn't know how to be a father, to now all of a sudden be a father, you lose that. Fatherhood is something that's learned, just like motherhood is. That's why the raising of our kids, that's why it's so terrible now. Because there has been such a break in our tradition. There has been a break in the passing down of those things that we knew that were right and that worked. Damn. So the fact that those things haven't been passed down, that's what breeds and gives opportunity to the debauchery, to why there are R. Kellys. That's exactly why. So it's like when you look at this whole thing of us trying to stand up against this shit that's happening, I'm all for that. All I'm saying is that we need to stand up for everyone. So where are the women that are being boycotted against, being brought to justice? Where are the women that are saying, hey, if it's all about the children, and that's what everybody's saying, that's what everybody's preaching. If it's all about the children, then where are the boys that are being rescued? Where are the boys that are being spoken up for? Where were the women or the men who should have been speaking up for R. Kelly? Because truth be told now, if we really want to be truthful about this now, there was a time when R. Kelly was a victim. There was a time when his brother, Kerry, was a victim. Ain't nobody saying shit about that though, right? Because they grown. So now that they grown, then you got to be held accountable for your own shit, right? Well, then you can turn right back around and say that about these grown-ass women that's coming forth now with the fake tears. You can say that right now. That same logic that you have to put on these dudes, say, oh, well, they grown, and yeah, what happened to them was terrible, was bad, but that don't forgive what they did now. You right. And it should be the same way for those women. Because these girls knew that this shit was going on back in the 90s. And you coming up 30 years later, oh my goodness, that was my baby. Oh no. It was so terrible. I seen that tour bus door open up and I just saw R. Kelly just sleeping with Leah. And oh my goodness, it was just the worst. But you stayed on tour. You stayed on tour and you held your mule for 30 years. I don't get that. I'm not going with that. You ain't a victim to me. I'm sorry. You're not a victim. I've always that. Now, Aaliyah, she was 12 years old when she got introduced to Rob and they were sleeping together to at least we know of at the age of 14. He hitting it at that age. Probably was hitting it before then. The other girl that's in the videotape, she got introduced to R. Kelly, served up by Sparkle at 12. R. Kelly was sleeping with her. In that video, she was 14. Absolutely a victim. She got served up by some fucking adults. Plain and simple. No excuse for that. Hey, you want to roll the electric chair up to the nigga door? Fine. Fry his ass. Them other ones? Andrea, Asante, and Asante, I'm going to do a separate video about her because she done already got caught lying. She already done got caught lying. There's a video, there's a video or some audio of her being on the phone with a dude and I mean, not her on the phone, but her daughter, her oldest daughter is on the phone telling the whole game. This was bullshit. She was getting all kind of shit. That bitch wasn't even working. She was getting money. She was coming home paying the bills, and then she was going back out there to stay with Rob. She was going to his concerts. She was going to do whatever he wanted to do because she was getting paid. She was coming home with racks on racks on racks, bags on bags on bags of shit. It is what it is. That's what you call, hey, you one of my girls. You on the team. It is what it is. So it's like when you want to call it what it is, you want to say, hey, they victims, then damn it, you got to say Rob is a victim too. You got to say his little brother Kerry is a victim too. And that brings me to my next point. If we already know who's victims, and we know these are all victims, then why ain't nobody standing up for R. Kelly? Because he got money? Is that what it is? Because now I got a question, I got to ask, and I got to say it. Like I said, I'm going to be that guy. If it's about the kids, and if it's about the atrocities that took place over these past 30-some odd years, if it's just about that, then there should be no civil suits, and it should just be about getting him prosecuted so that he can pay for his crimes. There should be nothing about saying we need to get this money, we need to get these checks, and they need to be given back the money that they gave when they signed them agreements. Because there's plenty of women out here who done signed non-disclosures that got paid $3,000, $4,000 every month, $50,000 in a lump sum, $100,000, 10 bands, 50 bands, 5 bands, 3 bands. Fuck it, man. So there's been plenty of that going on, and ain't nobody calling that shit out though, because we ain't pocket watching on their money, right? So when you talking about the parents of the girl who did the videotape, they got paid. That's why they didn't come forward. That's why R. Kelly got the Jigga Kelly not guilty. You can charge me, but you can't judge me. Because they was like, we ain't coming forward. We good. He done paid us enough. We sacrificed our daughter. Yup, we sure did. We got paid. Yup, we sure did. Wasn't her on the tape. We don't know what y'all talking about. Actually, we going on family vacation. We ain't got time to talk to the police. I'm going down this slide in the Bahamas or in Europe or whatever the hell they was. They went on vacation during that damn trial. Like, we ain't got nothing to say to the police. So now you coming back to say, hey, who said something to them? Where was the crucifixion of those parents? It is what it is. So it's like, don't try to act like these people were just such victims and they were victimized. They were starstruck. And they wanted what he had. Plain and simple. They wanted the fame. They wanted the record deal. They wanted their baby to be on top so that they could benefit. Because I'm not going to send my little girl no matter how well she can sing. And my baby girl got pipes. She can sing her butt off right now. But I ain't sending her nowhere with no grown-ass man in hopes of getting a record deal. And just to call R. Kelly out on that, do y'all realize, and anybody in Chicago that done seen from day one up till now, and any fan of R. Kelly, name me one female artist that R. Kelly has taken from the streets of anywhere, USA, and made a star. Not a one. It's even rumored that the whole reason how the taping shit got put out about Sparkle's niece was because he flaked out on Sparkle's album, on Sparkle's project. And she was probably the closest one to get like to be a nobody and to get like some kind of hit song. You better be careful what you do to me. That shit there. Wait a minute, let me finish. But think about that. What in 30 years of this nigga being in the music business, name me one artist that R. Kelly has crowned and made from the ground up. Not a single fucking one. And that's why any artist in Chicago, if they didn't make it their damn self, wasn't nobody trying to give Kales no fucking demos. That was women doing that shit. Wasn't nobody trying to get to Chicago. Everybody knew where R. Kelly was. Back in the day, you want to find R. Kelly, go to Chicago Tracks. Somebody tell me if I'm lying. You want to see Kel, hit the west side of Chicago, go to Chicago Tracks. He's bound to be there. That dude wasn't no street dude. Kels wasn't no gangster. Kels wasn't no tough ass nigga. He grew up in a fucked up hood out in the G, and then he grew up out on the west side. He hung out with the niggas that was in the streets, but Kels wasn't no street nigga. Kels was all about that music, all about singing them songs, and you got that vibe. He was all about that shit. Pumping and sweating on stage. That's it. Kels was not a nigga in the streets. He was not a nigga trying to be out here in them streets. He wasn't no gangster at all. His gangster was turned all the way down the way you can. That's where his gangster was. You couldn't hear that shit. He was never that dude. So he was always on the music side. He was always trying to make music. So he lived and breathed in that studio. That's what he did. And once he made it, hey, he was doing his thing. Getting paid. Making music. My man's a musical genius. Hands down. But he's also a victim. And he's also a predator. He is. But you can't condemn him for one thing and not acknowledge the other thing. And here's why I'm saying that. Because everybody who's watching this now, you sitting there trying to say, well, you sticking up for his ass because you a fan. You like R. Kelly. That's why you trying to stick up for his ass. Niggas ain't shit. You a coon ass nigga because you trying to stick up for R. Kelly and you knew the shit he did was wrong. Flat out. Regardless of what you say, that shit was wrong that he did. Yes. But why can't you acknowledge the fact that he's a victim too? Why y'all trying to string this nigga up and motherfucking just destroy everything that he is and everything that he has? Why should that be taken away from him? And why should he be taken down to that point when he was a victim too? The shit he did was because he was victimized. 6 years old, being forced to eat out your sister? What kind of fucked up shit is that? 8 years old, 10 years old, and you fucking your sister? What kind of crazy shit is that? What kind of balanced mind motherfucker survives that? What type of person will have a normal life living that kind of life as a kid? Mama gone, it's just me and my brothers, and I'm the one that's fucking my sister. Me and my little brother. My oldest brother, he out in them streets, he gone. So how do you not say, well, that matters? That should be taken into account. That should be something you say, well, you know what? He is a victim. And here's why I'm saying that. And here's why I'm calling bullshit on everybody who is not in agreement with what the fuck I'm about to say. If R. Kelly is a victim, which I agree he is a victim, with all of the other fuck shit he done did, he's still a fucking victim. So was Cyntoia Brown. This bitch is about to get clemency, which means she's about to get out of jail for committing murder. She killed a fucking dude that didn't even sleep with her, and she killed him in his sleep. And we about to let her go out on the streets. We had Rihanna. We had T.I. We had all these other fucking stars. What's the Kardashian? We had everybody stand up for Cyntoia Brown because she was a prostitute who had a boyfriend, and then because she was molested and sex trafficked as a young girl, she was okay to kill a dude in his sleep who he brought to his house and did not have sex with her. The bitch was carrying a 40 cal. Where's my motherfucking 40? Bitch walking around with one of these in her purse. You ain't no victim when you got this. I don't give a damn what you say. And yes, this is sexy. This is the Glock 22. Go to my gun channel, United Guns of America. I do a full layout on this. But you got one of these, you're not no victim. I don't give a damn what you say. You carrying this. This what your boyfriend got you with. If your boyfriend is sex trafficking you, if your boyfriend is pimping you out, he don't give you a fucking gun so that you can defend yourself against him. So you not a victim. You kill a fucking dude in his fucking sleep while he sleep like this. You blow his fucking brains out. And then you take his money, you take his truck, you take his all this other shit that he had, you take all his valuables and leave, but you're a victim. And you got the fucking stars of the fucking America rooting for this motherfucker to get out of jail, and she got it. She got out of jail because of it. She got to say, hey, I've been doing really good since I've been in jail. I've been helping other girls. I actually got my GED and I'm going to school. Bitch, it ain't nothing to do in jail but to go to school. You tell me, so the fact that your ass is in school and you talking to other fucking criminals, you mean to tell me that you deserve to get out of jail and you deserve to get clemency because you helping people now? So is every other motherfucking nigga in jail for murder, drugs, rape, robbing, and every other goddamn crime you can think of. They helping people too. You give me fucking 20 years, I'm gonna say, well, shit, might as well talk to somebody in this motherfucker. Might as well get my fucking GED. Only reason why that bitch doing that shit because she ain't working out every day. That's all niggas do when they go to jail. Work out, go to school. Come on, man. But we getting her out of jail? She deserves to be free for killing an innocent fucking dude. Is it illegal to buy pussy? Yes. Does he deserve to die for it? No. And there's plenty of people on Facebook, plenty of people on Instagram. He deserved that shit. Yeah, that's what the fuck he get. He picked that bitch up at a fucking Sonic. Came back to his house with the girl. They got in the bed. She don't want to have sex. He like, cool, I'm paying for the night. We can fuck in the morning. Goes to sleep. Now, if she's this victim, if she's been held against her will, if she got an issue to where she felt like she didn't know what was going on and she was trapped and she was in trouble, she feared for her life, bitch, you're a so-called assaulter, assailant, your so-called whatever the fuck he was, he sleep, leave. And if you don't want to do that, or if it tries to stop you, guess what? I can pull out my 40 cal and say, look, sir, I'm ready to go. I'm leaving. I'm done. I'm out of here. But what do? You fucking shoot this dude while he sleep. And then we're all going to say, well, she did that because she was mentally disturbed and she was just in a bad place. And I mean, it's just the years of abuse that she suffered. And when she was a kid, there was doctors that said that she's been mentally abused to the point to where she just suffered and she didn't know what she was doing. She wasn't in her right mind. And we have no proof of that. And if that's what happened, how the fuck is she okay and well enough now to where she should be back on the streets? She ain't went through I've been going through psychotherapy for the past 10 years or the past 2 years or the past 3 months, and this doctor has helped me and I have been healed mentally. Ain't nobody said shit about that. So we talking about somebody who's supposedly not in their right mind, killed a man who was innocent in his fucking sleep, who posed absolutely no threat to her. That's what you call a fucking psychopath. That's not a bitch who's in trouble. That's not a victim. That's not somebody who has been sex trafficked. She was a pro. She was a prostitute. She was a professional. She finessed this dude at a fucking Sonic and got back to his house and was to the point to where he felt comfortable enough to go to sleep with this bitch. Who the fuck goes to sleep with a hooker in their house? This dude was that fucking terrible. He's that much of a fucking monster that he's that big and bad to where I bought a hoe from Sonic and I'm going to go to sleep with her in my house. That dude was a fucking simp. He was a fucking lame. He was a dude that was trying to get laid. That's it. And he was trying to get laid to the point to where he was willing to pay for it. And he wound up paying with his fucking life because he was with a fucking psychopath. Plain and simple. Say what you want. Call it how you want. You can talk that bullshit, but that's exactly what happened. That girl was a fucking psychopath to kill a man like that in cold blood. She executed that man. And you got Kim Kardashian, T.I., Rihanna, all on TV talking about let's free this bitch and put her back out on the streets. Because she was a victim. Fine. Mr. Kelly has been forced to sleep with his sister since the age of 6 or 7 or 8. He never got help. He never ever got any type of therapy. I would say that at a child at his age that he would definitely be, mentally disturbed from that and not having worked through that, not getting help with that. I would say that maybe he's a little fucking demented too. I would say that he's maybe a little fucked up in the head too. And the fact that he carried on into his teen and adult years to still want to sleep with and still go after and prey upon young girls, I think that there's a dude that has a problem. And I think he has a problem because he's a victim. He's a victim turned predator. That's just like when you look when you look at this whole dynamic, you look at the boys that get molested by men. What do they wind up doing? They wind up becoming homosexuals. They wind up becoming prostitutes. Because at that young age, at that age of innocence, they're introduced into something that is for adults. And it writes their sexual blueprint. That's a fact. That's the problem with having sex with an underage person. They can't process it. Yes, they may be going through puberty. Yes, they may be having the change of where they're at that moment in their life where they're going from a boy or a girl and becoming a young woman or becoming a young man. At 14, they can't figure that shit out. 16 or 17, they pretty much know what the fuck they doing. But at 14, 13, 12, 11, they can't process that. And when you introduce a 5-year-old, when you introduce an 8-year-old, and you introduce them into sex like that, it fucks them up because it writes their sexual blueprint for them. And that becomes their preference. So the deviancy becomes their preference. The pervertedness becomes their preference. It becomes what they desire. And we all know that. It makes fucking sense, right? So why let a fucking you take a fucking another example. You take a fucking pit bull as a puppy. You beat it and you force it to be mean. You do all kind of fucking bad shit to it, like not feeding it, making it starve, making it angry. You put fucking steroids, you put gunpowder, all kind of shit into its fucking food. What up, brother? Give a shout out to my man Tommy Sotomayor. And when you do this to a pit bull, then you start to breed that pit bull with other angry fucking pit bulls. Then you wonder why the fucking pit bull 3 generations down the line mauls a baby. It's because it's being bred that way. Because as a fucking puppy 2 generations back, it was fucking being treated and trained to do that. But we as people, and when you look at, you take that shit and cross it over to Michael Vick. What the fuck did we do? Did we go after the fucking pit bulls? Nope. We went after Michael Vick because of what he did to those pit bulls. So we should be going after fucking Teresa Kelly. And whoever fucked up Teresa Kelly, we should be going after them. Because that shit started a whole fucking trail and a whole fucking lineage of all of this disturbing shit. So when you talking about saying, hey, I want to crucify this motherfucker because of what he or she did, then you have to look at what the whole dynamic is and say, this is what happened. This is what's going on. This is why he's doing that. And if you're going to call victim for Cyntoia Brown, god damn it, you better call victim for R. Kelly. And it shouldn't matter that fucking 25, 30, 40, or 300 million separates the two. A victim is a fucking victim. Plain and simple. And the fact that you got a bunch of broke bitches coming forward now, 30 years later, I got a problem with that. Because when your ass was on that tour bus getting that check after every show, when you was getting them racks after every show, you was cool with that shit. He wasn't a victim then, and he damn sure wasn't a predator. You didn't care about that shit then. When you took your ass out there to fucking to the courthouse out there in, where the fuck did they go? You took him out to the courthouse to get your boys to forge paperwork for him to marry that young girl. You didn't worry about your morals then. You didn't care about your fucking, oh, this ain't right. Oh, I should think about it. You didn't care about it then because he's steady paying your ass. When you saw him fucking that 12-year-old Aaliyah, or 13-year-old Aaliyah, or 14-year-old Aaliyah, or 15-year-old Aaliyah on the tour bus, y'all didn't get off the bus and call the fucking police. No, you didn't. You didn't even fucking call Tyrone. Shit. You just sat there and said, hey, this is what it is, and because I'm benefiting from him, I'm benefiting from this situation, I'm cool with it. And you sold your fucking soul and your morals and all that shit right along with it. Don't come back 30 years later and try to say, oh yeah, what he did was terrible because I'm not getting paid no more. And this is an opportunity for me to get on TV, and then I can get myself a case and go see my lawyer, get me a civil suit, and I can get some more money. That's exactly what it is right now. All that other shit y'all talking about, all that Me Too shit, and what is going on with that man? They need to get a figurehead for Me Too. God damn. They need a figure. If any organization ever needed a figurehead, they need a figurehead for Me Too. Because anything that woman says, I just can't remember it or retain it once I see her face. That's a whoa, she is not easy on the eyes, not one bit. But all I'm saying to you is this: you have to be righteous in what it is you trying to do when you trying to crucify and take a motherfucker down. You got to take them all down. There should be indictments coming across the board for every fucking dancer, for every fucking assistant, every manager. Everybody got to go. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to sit here and tell me that he got to go, they all got to go. They all got to go. Because they were all guilty. They all were complicit. It's just the way that it is. That's the way that it has to be. You can't just pick out the guy who's making the most money and say, yeah, we gonna get him because we can get his money. Just like the shit going on with Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey was in a fucking bar, and there was a dude who was not supposed to be in the bar who was at the bar, and because Kevin Spacey liked the boy, he gay, this is what he want to do. Hey, he's now lost his show, about to pay some fucking money, and might fuck around and go to jail because somebody else broke the law and was with this, put this dude in this position? No, man. These 16-year-old girls going backstage, these 16-year-old girls texting, hopping out their mama's window, sneaking out their car, or their mama's dropping them off with this grown-ass dude. You can't tell me that they not complicit in this shit. You can't tell me that. And all y'all was doing was making your innocent kids, you was serving them up to be victims and to be victimized by a person who was a victim they damn self. Y'all didn't do shit but encourage the cycle. Kept the shit going. You were feeding the fire. You were putting more coals into the fire. Feeding the flame. That's all y'all was doing. And now you gonna sit back and say, well, there's an opportunity for us to make some money if we all sit and play victim. Look at that motherfucking video and see if them bitches really, see how many tears you see. I counted about maybe 5. 5 rolled tears like they made it down. All the rest of them, they were these. Oh my goodness. They weren't doing shit but patting their face, trying to keep their makeup from doing whatever the fuck they was doing. That's all they did. So, and even when you look at the parents who were going back for their children, one girl actually, she's sitting there talking about, yeah, I'm on the phone with her, I'm talking to her, and she telling you, nah, mama, I'm good, nah, mama, go ahead. Your daughter was served up, and now that she's served up and she with this nigga, she's with him because she's benefiting from him. Because all the while they with Kel, they getting calls, they getting money, they eating, they in the hotel. All that shit is coming to them. And they like it. And yes, they might have to shit in a bucket. Yes, they might have to stay in a room. Yes, they may have to... Hey, Rob, you think I can take a piss? Hey, Rob, you think I can go to the bathroom? Robert, do you think I can have a bite to eat? If you doing that, and especially for the adults who were doing it, just because I like kinky games and I like to lock my women up and I want them to be totally submissive and I want them to be totally obedient to me, that ain't no fucking crime nowhere. That ain't no crime nowhere. And you trying to crucify and you trying to tear down a person for their sexual preference with an adult, that's bullshit. I want my woman to crawl on the floor. Crawl, goddammit, that's what I want. That's what I like, and she doing that shit. Leave me the fuck alone, man. Let us do what we do. Let us have our own. Well, they even say that in the Bible. What a man and a woman do in their bedroom is ordained and okay by God. If you got 2 adults and that's what they doing, cool. That Asante McGee shit, you can tell that bitch lying. She got the dude in the interview. It's the dude with the Bobby Brown shit going on with the Bluetooth. And who the fuck still wear Bluetooths with the arm coming out? Man, you too old for that shit. You need to get your shit, get your life right, get you some Beats, get you some AirPods or something. But that dude sitting there, he coaching her with the answers. They ask her flat out, yeah, how long have you been with, were you with R. Kelly? She looked up and to the left. Y'all remember that shit from, what's the name of the damn movie? Rules of Engagement. When they say you look up and to the left, that mean, I mean, not Rules of Engagement. I can't think of the movie with Kevin Spacey, Samuel Jackson. Somebody remember it. But when you look up to the left, Paul Giamatti said it. That means you trying to motherfucking conjure some shit up. You making some shit up. You're not telling the truth. And that's exactly what they did. How long you with R. Kelly? Bobby Brown in the back with the Bluetooth. He like 3 years. She like 3 years. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Negotiator. There we go. Thank you, Rockwell. I appreciate you. But it's like, yeah, they asking her, yeah, so how long was you together? 3 years. She like, 3 years. I'm like, oh, come on, man. That's bullshit. If this your story and you suffered and you did this, you know exactly how long you... I was with that nigga for 42 days. That motherfucker had me pissing and shitting in a bucket. I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't talk to nobody. I wasn't on the phone. I didn't have internet. I didn't have a telephone. I didn't even have Netflix. I didn't have shit. I was in there looking in the 4 walls, waiting on this nigga to come home. And by the time I got so fucked up in the head, when he showed up, I was just glad to see him. Nigga, I know I've been in here for 6 months. I'm just glad to see you, Kels. How you doing? What's going on out there in the world? You say they got cell phones now? What the fuck is that? Come on, man. You say Facebook? What is Facebook? I ain't never heard of Facebook. You know I ain't got no computer. I've been in this room all this time with this bucket. It's like, man, if that's what you're doing, if that's what it is, come on, man. You can't knock me for that. You can't say that I'm the terrible and the worst person ever to do that shit. And then you come on TV and you lying and you can't even get your goddamn story straight. And then your daughter is on a phone call, and I'm going to do that video tomorrow. Daughter's on the phone with one of her friends, and they literally just talking about the whole thing. This before the show come out. She like, yeah, she about to do a show on Lifetime, but she talking about they had nannies and stuff for the kids. She was like, I was taking care of the kids. I was there with my brothers and sisters. She wasn't there. She was gone. She wasn't even working. And I'm like, how this bitch still paying for all our bills? And so she said, we moved like every year we had to move. And she bringing home money and shit. How she bringing home this money? I didn't know she wasn't even working. That means she was running with this nigga. She going to his shows. She chasing this nigga. She was a groupie. That's just what it was. That's just what it was. So it's like, don't try to change this shit and turn this shit into something that is not, and then don't call out what it is. Call out the truth to it. The truth is, a lot of these girls, they were victims. The younger ones, absolutely. But a lot of these grown-ass women, a lot of these 16, 17, 18-year-old girls, they knew exactly what the fuck they was doing and what they was getting into. They knew it and they was with it because he was fucking R. Kelly. Because he had a Range Rover. Because he had fucking a Gucci bag and he bought them red bottles. Because he did all that shit for them, they was with it. How many women out here done sucked a dick for a Gucci bag? Plenty. How many done gave up a little ass for some red bottoms? Plenty. How many done sucked a dick for a Happy Meal? Thousands. That's what. When you're hungry, you're hungry. It's just what it is. You had what's that dude in the movie had the cheeseburger was like, man, just give me some of this rock. I suck your dick. When your back is against the wall, when you want those resources, it's been since the dawn. What's the oldest profession in the world? Sex. Prostitution. When you're talking about these women, when you're talking about women, they have always manipulated men. That's the only thing they got. That's one of the things Tommy say. They always do it. That's how they learn the shit. They've been learning. They've been doing it. So don't act like they didn't do it then. They knew what R. Kelly wanted. Whether you 16 or whether you 60, you know what a dude want from you. One or all three of them hoes at some point gonna come into play. It's all a matter of just not if, but when. So it's like when you have that dynamic and you know what it is, hey, 16 and 17 are still kids. You right. How many 16 and 17-year-olds got babies? And that means 16 and 17-year-olds are fucking. So if you want to protect them, it should be illegal for them to fuck. Plain and simple. Period. Whether they fucking a 16-year-old and they 16, or whether they fucking a 16-year-old and they 60. It shouldn't matter. And that's why we in the fucked up dynamic in the situation that we in now. They're not kids. They're teenagers first and foremost. And ain't shit gonna change from 17 to 18 as far as your decision making when it comes to who you want to fuck. Especially if you already fucking. How many of these girls were in a situation to where, oh, I was a virgin and my mother and my father, they didn't raise me to have sex, and R. Kelly, he took me off and he raped me. How many of them are saying that? None of them. Talking about they got raped and he forced themselves on him and he beat their ass and then he fucked. No. Those girls was willing to do it that first time. They was willing to do it when they went to the hotel. What the fuck you going to a hotel for with R. Kelly? Why would you do that? And click the goddamn like button. Shit. But why would you do that? Why would you take Why would your 14, I mean not your 14, but your 17, 18-year-old daughter, your 16-year-old daughter, if she's leaving and sneaking out to go to the hotel to meet R. Kelly, she already know what the fuck is going on. Because she was texting him without her parents knowing. She was. That's the Azriel girl. And then that girl waited until she turned 18 or 17, the legal age in her state. She waited until that day, and then she totally cut her fucking parents off because she knew once I become legal, I can cut them off, and I ain't got to say shit to none of them because they can't press charges against R. Kelly now. They can't come and bring the police and have the police at the door coming to get them. She knew that, so she played her parents, her own parents. She played them until she legally became of age to where she was an adult. And then she said, fuck y'all, mom and dad, I'm with Kels. Shake your body, move your body, get your body, twist your body. That's what she was on. She waited until her 18th birthday and cut off all ties with her parents. Now you talking about brainwashing? Bullshit. She been fucking them since she was 15, 16 years old, and her parents knew? I would have been like, no. Ain't no way in the world. I mean, and that's my thing. And people say, I had somebody tell me, what if your daughter did that? Let me tell you something. My daughter sneaks, and we talking at 16, 17 years old, she sneaks off and runs off with R. Kelly. Fuck that. You coming back. Now, when you turn 18, you want to go and live with this nigga, become his sex slave, or go be a stripper, whatever the fuck you want to do. At 18, go right ahead. Just do one thing. Change your last name. Because you're not gonna disgrace my name. While your ass is under my care and you legal for me, no. You gonna be here and it ain't up to you. It's me and Kels. Kels, you want to keep doing this shit? You want to keep breathing? Nigga, you need to step the fuck back from my daughter. That's exactly what I would do. Yeah, once she turn legal and she gets legal age, run off with him, do whatever you want to do. My daughter can become a fucking porn star. Break my heart, she can become a fucking porn star if she want to. I got one request. Change your fucking last name. That's it. Because what I put in you, what I invested in you, what I built, what I taught you, you want to kick that shit to the curb? That's fine. Change your last name. Because you will not disgrace what it is that I built. I built this. I built you. I made you. I created you. Me and your mama raised your ass to do what the fuck it is we wanted you to do. And if you don't want to do it, fine. But you won't disgrace my name. And I'm not going to let R. Kelly disgrace my motherfucking name. I'm not going to let him disgrace my daughter. That's what I built. That's man shit. That's real nigga shit. All that RNS, that's real nigga shit right there. You don't let nobody do that. And you got to be willing to die for it. Plain and simple. That's the problem with black folks, period. We don't want to die for nothing, but we want to have everything. We think we entitled to everything. And if we cry, or if we say we this, or we say we that, we think we just supposed to get the shit. It don't work like that. People don't respect you until you respect yourself. And that dude ain't gonna disrespect me by disrespecting my daughter. Not while she young. And I'm pretty sure there's somebody along this line out of these 30 years that took a stand against R. Kelly. And R. Kelly said, you know what, I'm going to throw that fish back. I think I'm going to let him have that one. Go ahead, bro. You go ahead, take your daughter. Girl, don't text me no more. Don't call me no more. Your daddy fucking crazy. And I ain't dying for you. I'm sure there's some out there. They may not come forward, but I'm sure there's some out there. I'm sure R. Kelly be asking them, so your mom and daddy didn't have, oh, my mama and my daddy stayed. He like, you know what, I'm good. My daddy the police, he worked for Chicago PD. You know what, I'm good. I guarantee you there's plenty of girls that got that notice. They may not come forward, but I'm sure they exist. Because there's certain motherfuckers that ain't gonna tolerate that shit. But when you thirsty, when you trying to come up, when you trying to get something for nothing, when you think, hey, I got an opportunity to come up on some money, to come up on some clothes, come up on some VIP status, pop some bottles, look at what you're willing to do. You serving up your own kids. You serving up your own kind. You letting shit go by. You ain't saying nothing. You watching the shit go on in front of your face. There's nowhere in the world I would work for R. Kelly knowing what he doing to them young girls. I'm in the studio. I'm on the mixing board. And I see him got a 14-year-old girl bent the fuck over. No way. No way. I know she 14 and I'm just sitting there watching this shit. No way. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Plain and simple. And that's where we got to take a stand and say, hey, it may not be my kid. And yes, you may be a victim. Yes, you may be doing some fucked up shit because you fucked up in the head. But you're not going to do it in front of me. You're not going to do that shit in front of me. Because if I let you do it in front of me, I'm just as guilty. I'm just as bad because I allowed it. And I knew it was wrong. You ain't got to stand up. You may be a woman that may not be able to stand up in that situation, but you can damn sure speak up. Why won't you speak up? And then that way, hey, no, you ain't supposed to stand up and say, all right, I'm going to whoop your ass in this studio. Yeah, I'm a backup singer, but that shit you doing ain't right. No, you ain't got to do that. But you can definitely stand up to the point to say, well, look, Kels, what you doing is wrong, and I'm calling the fucking police. I'm telling everybody I know, I seen you fucking little motherfucking Shantae in the studio, and she 13 and you knew it. Nigga, you know it. Let me get my phone out and selfie that shit. Let me go live on that. Hey, live. I just want to let y'all know R. Kelly right now is talking to a 12-year-old girl, and he is trying to fuck. That's what the fuck she on. She 15, y'all. Why ain't nobody ever did that? What was the go live to put him on blast? Now, mind you, we can all go live. Yeah, I'm about to go in here. This dude is sleeping with my baby mama, and she cheating on me for the 15th time. I'm live it. I done caught this nigga texting this bitch, and I'm about to go live while I beat his ass. I'm beating my 8-year-old kid because she was at school twerking. I'm gonna live that though. My daughter got caught sleeping with my boyfriend. I'm gonna live me beating her ass. So yeah, we gonna do that. We can go live on that. But can't nobody go live with Kels bringing in the girl. Hey, look, I'm just letting y'all know I'm going live right now. I'm in the car with the girl that R. Kelly paid me to go pick up from the airport. She's 16, y'all. And he making me go, I'm going to drop her off and I'm going to go tell the police. Ain't nobody did no live like that. Can't nobody go live with that. But we can go live when we embarrassing our children. My son got a D and he was talking in class, so now I'm going to shave his fucking head and give him a George Jefferson and make his ass go to school like that. We live that. My daughter lost a fight at school and I told her to keep fighting, so I'm going to beat her ass. We'll live that. I'm a mama. I'm going to take this machete and I'm going to whack the shit out of my kid on live. We'll live that. But won't nobody go live backstage? Won't nobody go live on the tour bus? What the fuck he gonna do? Kick you off? I would love for R. Kelly to whoop my ass. I'm gonna be laughing bloody. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm on the tour bus. I see that shit. I'm gonna go live and hope they whoop my ass. Cause I'm gonna let them. I'm gonna scream like a bitch. Oh, he hit me, y'all. I'm live. Help, live. Help. He beat me. Cause I'm gonna be laughing to the bank. Look here. I got a live right now of R. Kelly and his security whooping my ass because I went live because he was with an underage girl on the tour bus. And he didn't want the shit to get out. He tried to pay me $100,000, but I think I can get $12 million. Let's go. Bruises and all. I'm gonna be on TV with the neck brace on, and I'm gonna be sitting here all bruised up, and I'm gonna be sitting there with sipping some tea or something like, yes, yeah, they beat me so bad, and I was just trying to stand up for that little girl, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm getting paid, so it's like the opportunity was there for y'all to step the fuck up for 30 years, and none of you motherfuckers did anything. Y'all saw him recording this shit and didn't say nothing. You complicit with the shit. It is what it is. It is what it is. And now that you see there's an opportunity for you to get some money, that's why you coming forward. And I'm calling bullshit on that. And if you want to prove me wrong, don't file no civil suits. Now, we all gonna know when that shit come out. Civil suit come out, that's public record. So we gonna know if it's all about the money, we gonna know because the civil suit's gonna come out and that's gonna be it. And we gonna say, yep, there it is. There it is. It's all about the bread. That's exactly what we gonna see. So if it's just about the kids, if it's all about the Me Too movement, who that woman? No, oh my goodness, that woman is not attractive. My God, let me stop. If we know it's about the Me Too movement, if we know it's about the hey children first, shout out to my man DJ Just J at the So Do You Dig. Yes, sir. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to him, check him out, cause he definitely talk about the kids and he kids first. He definitely is a great YouTuber, and y'all definitely check him out as well. If it's about the kids, then you gonna see that part come up, and it shouldn't be about us saying, hey, we gonna file this civil suit. And if they do, because it's always money to be made, if they file a civil suit and they don't donate it to a kids organization, if they don't donate it to a group home, if they don't donate it to somewhere that can help some more kids like them, if they don't want to start a Speak Up coalition or a Speak Up foundation, if they don't do that, then you know what it is. We have been letting this go on in our community for decades, for years. And that's where the problem is. It goes on in the church and don't nobody say shit. It goes on in your grammar school, your elementary school. Don't nobody say shit. It goes on in high school. Don't nobody say shit. So you ain't saying shit, but when the money is there to be made, hey, guess what? Let me tell y'all what happened to me. I was 17 and I was at this concert for R. Kelly, and I was just singing the song, It Seems Like You're Ready, and enjoying myself, and Bump and Grind came on and he called me up on stage, and yes, I got moist, but at the end of the day, nonetheless, I was only 17 and it was 30 years ago, and now I'm 47, but I've just realized that I was a victim, and it's just terrible. I just didn't know, and I was just, yes, he bought me red bottoms, and yes, I had Gucci bags, and I drove his Range Rover to school every day, and I was in his mansion for 2 years, but it was just the worst time of my life. Come on, man. Don't give me that. We gotta, as just people, we gotta say, come on now, that's bullshit. Because at the end of the day, it turned out to be you made a bad decision. You chose wrong. And because you did, we get that part. Acknowledge the fact that you shouldn't have been in the situation that you was in. And the fact that you did that shit, yeah, it wasn't right for both of y'all. That's just what it comes down to. It wasn't right for either one of y'all. Because at the age of 16, age of 17, age of 18, 15, you know what a dick is and you know what it do. You done touched on one, grinded on one, rubbed up against one, seen one, watched one on the porno site, watched one on Google. You done seen one somewhere at some point in time to the point to where you know what it do. And it always takes me back to my, don't ever be alone with a man that you ain't planning on fucking. If you don't want to sleep with a man, you should never be alone with him. And the fact that you got on the tour bus, the fact that you went backstage, the fact that you went to the hotel room, the fact that you went to the VIP, the fact that you went to the after party, you put yourself in that position because of who he was. Because any other nigga that you don't like, you kick them to the curb instantaneously. Nigga, what are those? I'm good. I got a man. I'm married. I'm straight. We just friends. You like a brother to me. I just don't feel the same way that you feel. I'm with somebody. I got somebody. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to mess up our friendship. You know how to do that shit at 15, 16, 17 years old. And that's just the reality of it. So if there's some shit that you see that you don't want to do, you know how to manipulate and get yourself out of it. Bogusly, telling the motherfucker to just step the fuck off. Ew. No, he didn't, girl. I can't believe that nigga tried to holler at me, girl. That nigga ain't even got on no shoes. Oh, girl, I just, his shoes, girl. I can't. So it's like you know what it is and you know how it goes. You know how to handle it. At 15, most girls know how to handle themselves when it comes to a dude that they like and a dude that they don't like. And the older that they get, the more manipulative they get, the more conniving they get, the more I know what I'm doing. To the point to where they get it down pat. Just like they pack that weave and they get to do this. Girl, let me tell you what this nigga told me last night. Oh my God, we at this party. Oh my God. And this nigga came up to me and his breath was just, oh my God. And he didn't have no money. He was so broke. I was like, buy me something. And he like, I ain't got no money. I'm like, why the fuck is you even talking to me? Oh my God. How many times have you heard that shit? How many times have you heard girls talking like that? You can, to my people that ride the bus. And you know the motherfuckers that be on the bus, that's what they doing. Girl, look at this text this nigga sent me. Read this bullshit. Talking about he trying to come by and chill and Netflix. This nigga ain't got no money. How you trying to fuck and you can't even buy me nothing? It is what it is. So don't give me that you just were oblivious and just totally naive to what was going on. When you driving Kale's range to school, when you're out with Kale's and the crew and everybody is giving you all the attention and all that shit, when, like you said, you're getting the rings and the watches and the chains and all that shit, when you getting all of that, you know what it is. Pussy comes along with that. And if he likes it a little weird, if he likes it a little crazy where he wants you to not talk or he just wants you to call him daddy or he don't want nobody to speak to you, if that's what you like, if that's what he like, you got a choice. Ain't none of these chicks been without a choice. Plain and simple. Now, if you telling me he snatched me up and took me in this van and he had his way with me for 8 days, or he fucked me in this van and his boy fucked me, he a dirty motherfucker, let's bring the electric to his house, plug it up on the porch, and let's fry his ass. I'm with you. But don't sing that song when you went on your own. Don't sing that song when you texted without your parents knowing. Don't sing that song when you snuck out and told your mama you was going over your girl house when your girl was covering for you and your girl mama covered for you while you dipped off into the Escalade and y'all rode off into the sunset. Don't do that. Because now you coming back and trying to say you a victim and that ain't what it is. You a woman that made a bad choice. Plain and simple. And just because you made a bad choice, that don't mean that that man gets to have everything that he's ever done, ever worked for, torn down, destroyed. And that's what I don't like about the Me Too movement. This whole Harvey Weinstein shit, all of that shit. You realize that ain't nobody saying shit about this girl that accused and kicked off that shit with Harvey Weinstein. Turned out that that bitch was actually doing the same exact shit to a 16-year-old boy. She was doing the same exact thing that she claimed Harvey Weinstein did to her. You touched my breast. The same shit. Harvey Weinstein in that motherfucker, $1 million motherfucker. I ain't never seen a nigga so sad in all my life. Yes, just please, just stay with me. Don't embarrass me. Just stay with me. I'm gonna take a shower. I just want to see you. Just stay with me. What, nigga? Fuck is wrong with you? You got money. You ain't gotta beg nobody to be with you. But nevertheless, that's what he did. You doing all that shit and you touched this girl breast. You tried to fuck her like you fucked plenty of other girls that you did the same exact way. You manipulated the fuck out of them because you had money and power. I get that. But the fact that she turned around and did the same shit to a young boy, ain't nobody saying shit about that. And if they do, all she got to do is say, well, I was abused as a kid. That's why I did it. Oh, okay. It's some wine. That's all you gotta say. If you're a woman, it's like a fucking get out of jail free card. All I gotta do is say, hey, I was abused, Back when I was 3. No, I don't have any memory of it, but I just know it in my heart. Bam. Good. Hey, you killed 8 people in a weekend at a resort. Do you know why? Yep. When I was 2 months, my dad pinched my nipple. I did not have breasts at the moment, but he pinched my nipple nevertheless, and I haven't been the same since. Oh, okay. It's like that, and here's the thing. It's like, are there plenty of women who have been taken advantage of? Yes. But when we let this fuck shit go on, when we let this bullshit go on that's unfounded, there's no factual evidence, and it's just lies, and we don't hold them accountable, it cheapens the ones who actually did fucking suffer. That girl who actually did get raped, who did get a train ran on her, who did get snatched in a fucking alley and got raped, nobody's gonna hear about her because we so busy listening to a lying bitch on TV. That's where the problem is. We let this bullshit really water down the real shit. Because I know plenty of girls and have talked to plenty of girls who have been actually raped. Where a dude literally snatched them, threw them in the car, drove them to an apartment building, drove them to a house, took them to a basement, and they fucked the shit out of them and then left them for dead. Told them if they tell, I'ma kill you. It's plenty of that shit that's happening that's real. That's what the fucking Me Too movement should be about. That's what Black Lives Matter should be about. The people who are real victims. Not the people who just trying to get a fucking check. Because all those girls with R. Kelly, at some point or another, the ones who actually were with him, they were getting compensated. With a little dick on the side. And some chicken. And maybe a Gucci bag. But nevertheless, they were being compensated. But those girls that are actually being molested, that don't want to go home because their mama boyfriend waiting on them, them girls that when they do go home, it's either me or my little sister that's going to get fucked tonight, so I'm going to let this dude fuck me so he won't do it to my little sister. Them the motherfuckers we need to be standing up for. Them the motherfuckers we need to be picking up our 40s for. Them the motherfuckers we need to be picking our 9s up for. Yes, I do have a lot of guns. Go to the United Guns of America gun channel, subscribe today. But those are the ones that we need to be standing up for. Those are the ones that we need to be on TV for. My motherfucking 15-year-old daughter was being raped by my boyfriend while I was at work and I didn't know it, and she killed him trying to protect herself. That's the girl who deserved clemency. That's the girl who is the real victim. That's who we need to be standing up for. That's who we need to be saying, hey, fuck that. This dude needs to fucking go under the jail. Them the ones that we need to stand, but we won't stand up for them. Why? Because it ain't popular. Why? Because it ain't no style connected to them. Why? Because that ain't no real news. Why? Because we just don't give a fuck because it don't benefit us. That's why. And that's sad. And that's the shit we need to be calling out. You talk to your friends, and I guarantee you, they know somebody, if they ain't the person that's been molested, that got forced to suck dick, that got forced to bend over, that got forced to lay in bed, and they mamas knew, or their mamas was at work, or their uncles did it, or their aunties did it, or their cousins did it. It's plenty of that shit going on, and we don't call that shit to the forefront. We won't say that they victims. Why? Because there ain't no fucking money in it. Your uncle ain't got no job, ain't no silver suit for you. And you don't want to put him in jail because you don't want your business out. Our business is our business, and I ain't going to just put our business out on the street. That's family business. The ones you know that's getting raped. Because I guarantee you, them girls, they know somebody who actually got raped. They know somebody who actually got molested by a relative, or by somebody at the church, or by that deacon, or by that pastor, or by that evangelist, or whatever. And they won't say shit. and they won't call it out, and they won't call the police. That's what we got to get to. You want to get me on board with that shit? I'm all for it. Call it like it is across the fucking board. Hold everybody accountable that's involved. Because that's where you bring change. That's when you start saving people. That's when you start helping people. That's when you start saving lives. That's when you break the cycle. And I'm done with all that. That's all I have to say about that, as far as Gump would say. Man, I just had to get this shit off my chest, man. And it was just, man, as a father, as a parent, men, we gotta start standing up for the shit that's wrong, and we have to call out the shit that's bullshit too. When it's wrong, it's wrong. When it's against the law, it's against the law. And when you see somebody lying, when you see somebody trying to play the victim when they actually were a willing participant, you gotta call it out, men and women alike. Because what it does, it cheapens the ones who it actually happened to. It makes you not give a fuck about the ones that it actually did happen to. Because like I said, if R. Kelly was snatching bitches off the side of the road, if he was snatching these girls while they was waiting to go to school, hey man, let's fry this motherfucker right now. I'd be the first one saying it. Do his ass in. But didn't nobody give a fuck when he was getting it done to him. And that don't mean that what he did was okay. But goddamn it, we need to make sure that it don't keep happening. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to shout out these people that actually donated. Thank y'all who did. Click that damn like. This has been an amazing show. I'm so glad that you guys tuned in tonight. I want to give a shout out to Princess X. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Keep doing great things. I'm trying. Shout out to MG. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Michelle Glass. Make sure it keeps me. I want to give a shout out to my man David Williams. Thank you for your donation, sir. I appreciate you. Keep up, great show, Brian. Keep speaking the truth. Keep speaking the truth through all the mess, bruh. The guru. Thank you, man. Hey, and just to let y'all know, we should be getting the guru and the whore going back soon. Maybe in a different location, but nevertheless, I'm gonna be back with my brother. I miss you, bro. I don't know if you're still watching or not, but I missed the thing that we do, man. Our show was the hottest show on YouTube, and we coming back, and I can't wait for it, man. Shout out to my man Tommy Sotomayor. My boy, man. Hey, man, let me tell y'all something. Emmanuel Branch has been somebody who supported me since day one, and I appreciate you, bro. I really do, man. Thank you so much for your donation. Good show, my brother Brian. Breakfast on me this morning. Much love for always keeping it real. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, man. Let me make sure this is good. Say the name. Yep. And also, I want to give thanks to Denise Gittins. Hey, Brian. Damn it. I'm sorry, but I didn't say the other name, so we don't know yet. Dropping much needed logic. Good job, sir. I saved it. Yes, indeed. So they can't make the connection. And also from Amanda K. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. Yes, indeed. And from my man DJ Just J from the Soda You Dig. Damn, bro, you spitting those flames tonight. Great show, nothing but facts. I was about to go to sleep, but your show had me engaged the entire time. Salute. Salute to you, bro. Thank you so much, man. I'm trying to be great like you, DJ. Out there killing it on you dig. And last donations from Chris Sykes. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you too, man. Hey, like I said, man, let's just, man, call it across the board. Let's go ahead and just be fair as people. And let's look out for each other no matter what. Right is right. That's all it is, man. That's all I'm trying to say. That's the point I'm trying to get across. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of you that tuned in, that clicked the like. If you're watching it on the replay, click the like again, subscribe and share. You guys have no idea how much this means to me to be able to just talk to you guys, spend time with you guys. And man, it has been nothing but an honor. Shout out to everybody that came by. I love you all. Peace, and I'm out. And hey, I hope that this show helps somebody else become a better version of themselves. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab. And as always, bye life!